Alright, there we go. Okay, hold on a second. Whew. What is up, y'all? Random Panda Gamers here. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I did promise I will live stream this, and now here it is. So yeah, hold on a second, guys. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna continue Phoenix Wright from the Stolen Turnabout. This is now part 5. This will most likely be the last part for this episode because we're already like getting close to the truth, I guess you could say. And you know, I guess it's gonna be a real battle between me and Luke and me, because now we're calling him to the stand, or at least calling him to our trial. So yeah, if any of my friends would like to join, you can always ask me. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the game. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive, inside your heart. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that in the last part, you guys probably recall that, like, you know, we point out contradiction. We still think that Luke and me is the killer for this one, and that he is not Master Mask. So yeah, go. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true that Detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. How are you, Brandon? I'm good. I just woke up. So if I don't sound best, but he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he a Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective have me want to kill Kane Bullard? Oop, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it gotta happen sooner rather than later. Maya does have a point. We don't know his motive. So this could be bad, but we'll see what happens. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at me. Please take the stand. Oh boy. Well, how do you do, sir, lawyer? Never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it wouldn't have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Matt. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke at me has no idea what you mean. Of course. It's not black in my I'm looking at my own stream and it's not black for me. Oh, geez, my throat. Anyways, of course I have been in the next court. Remember, it said 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. Is it black for you guys? Because it's not showing you. It's not saying it is for me. Because if it is, then I might think of something. Oh, gosh darn it, freaking. Though the quality of the stream is really bad. Or at least it looks like it in my stream. Hold on, let me refresh my thing. That's weird. It didn't show it was black for me. Whatever. I'll just show. I'm afraid there's no way I can know What's been going on in here? You've been in defendancy all day long, correct? Being tried as mask to mask? Indeed, it's true child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Then later the poor fools asked me to protect their valuables. They even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring. Oh god. That sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Master Math? Of course. He seems awfully calm about this guilty verdict, so he's using this. So he is using this as an example, or an example. He is using this for a perfect alibi for Kane Bullen's murder. Very well then, look at me. Let's begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 AM, Kane Bullen was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge, like having the knowledge of blah blah blah. Should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Jake the throat. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Anby. Deny the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Oh great, here goes testimony. Yep, the alibi. Gosh darn it, I frickin'... There we go. I was stealing the urn as Master Master as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was pathetically easy job. The photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera had captured Master Math was seen at the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of this discussion would be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Master Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Hold it! Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Okay, don't be like Francisca von Karma. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Okay, I don't entirely know what's contradictory, but I'll try. I'm just gonna. I'll see. I'll tell you just what I announced I would. Hold it. Those photographs is proof. Is the proof correct? Indeed, it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. Or no, that was Phoenix. Damn it! I will not pay attention to the name this time. That is why I am called Master Mask. But conveniently, that also means that there are no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Objection! Huh, are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke and me? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Name the accomplice? Well, I don't know who it is. I'd rather give it up until I know who. If Look At Me was like keeping security during the murder, then the Master Mask in this picture has to be a fake. And there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it is. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what that guy wants. gotta be another way, and I'm going to find it. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was potentially blah, 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 blah. Time to prepare. You might want to explain more about that? Hold it. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lord Lee Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. That was a voice crack for a second. It was a perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see, so you truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil's what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Hammy was always proud of his 8 detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lodi Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he had no way to maintain its perfect 8 detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. Photograph contained no words, but in this case, one to be my witness. What are you saying, sir? Hold it. So by a photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here? Is that correct? Indeed, it is. This is the very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose. Objection! He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. I'm just saying, guys, I kindly respect it if you don't talk about COVID-19, especially the stream. Hey, we all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as a perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing and a sad blue melody. Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. Hold it. That's the camera that took this photograph? Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord Lee Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lord Lee Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Buller at KB Security. I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are 2 possibilities. Either the Master Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Hold on, my mic is working, right? Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure, like, my streams are, like, going as it is. I just can't tell. Okay. Okay, in this case, 1 turn. I'm gonna... What? Okay, sorry, I have to check something. Anyways. Ain't no words when this case won't turn out to be a witness. What did he say? I can't remember. Wait, what did he say here again? I need to remember. So by photographing me, this piece of evidence here. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Needed it. Surely even you understand by now. Oh, wait, is this the same? Is this even the same statement? I'm gonna read this just in case. No detainer provided that camera. There's no way I could tamper with it. That means I could not have killed Cade's bullet unless I had an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know. You bet there is. Are you implying this picture is this picture of the face? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well then, let's hear what you have to say. About what does you find funny? I guess you could say it's like over here. Right here. The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, just sure loves going on these wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turned out that's something that should be there and nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright? What's supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? Oh, the Ami statue. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that gold statue just happened to have a... I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stage. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then the statue should have been there. Objection! Objection! But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally? Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distant. Huh. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us a rhyme and a reason as to why that statue would move that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one who moved that statue to go... Oh, you're asking who, huh? It will be the only person who's claimed to be Master Math. Mr. Look at me. The one who moved the statue is none other than Look at me. Come now, sir lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. It is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy gold statue? The reason for moving the gold statue. Here's where our battle really begins. Real. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Nani? Thank you, Ave. You really got us into that. Now we're gonna say that from now on. Look at me. You're pretending to be Master Math. to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor at that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at the drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just wearing this picture that the lie exists. I have no idea. Something tells me it's a timestamp. Naturally, the line in this photo is a timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke had me with the KB security and murdered King Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. Nani? Well, what does this have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Lukami had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Huh? So on the day of the crime, Mr. Amy must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. What? Why? 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 Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down in place where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke and me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in this photo. Ah! Order, order. Mr. Amy, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten about this? I've forgotten this. What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera didn't need to go off on the night of the crime. Objection! It's true that the camera had been set up by Lordly Taylor's staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Order, order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. What are you up to now? I promise to drink no more than more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? Hold on. You're all but travelers on the road of infinite points. Sorry if you guys heard me banging the mic. That was my headphone that hit it while I was doing something. I think he got his points mixed up with his other points. So you see this photograph was taken ahead of time? And that the statue was moved in order to make it match? That's a very interesting idea, however. There's one point that can't be denied. Which is... that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. The Mask. Yes? If there's no funny business in your action that match the mask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the Sacred Urn. Oh boy. When I first received the request from Lodi Taylor about 20 days ago, the urn was placed in a box and Zavare. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. And I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find out the truth and the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavare. Very well then, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Here we go. Huh. I first received a request from Lodi Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box as Zavare was sent to the warehouse. How do you know that? Oh wait, no, why am I saying that? He was hired 20 days ago, so it'll make sense for him to know that. You mean this box? Oh well. Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh, interesting new tidbit. Hence I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Okay. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Hold it. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is without my doubt my calling card. I guess Mrs. Light didn't make this after all. Of course. Because Atlee knew about the emblem. Making this card technical would have been child's play for him. I then handled security when I told to make sure that my crime would go smoothly. At last I held the urn for the first time. Hold it! And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey, Nick, this photo is a fake. Hey, how you might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. The heck is going on outside? Okay, that's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we could prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a hard look at the court record. Not a lot to go on, is there? I think it's been covering his track. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before I actually denied the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Atlee stated very clearly, that he had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. So... hence I was actually unable to see the urn, so this is a contradictory state. Security, I will be having to put on. I'll be coming to prolong the most precious work of the art and Selenium treasures, Tribulations exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn. Oh, wait a minute. If this guy's claiming to be Matt, then he would know the urn from this card. Sir, you guys are afraid. So, this is an obvious lie here. Objection! Mr. Amy, if you really are Master Math, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from calling card that Master Math had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled urn here, or speckled here, surely refers to the paint pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true, but so what? Truth be told, there's no way that Master Math could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lord the Tailor. I'm not finding the show to be very funny, Mr. Wright. I'm not joking, dude. The day that the urn this day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the paint got on the urn. Ugh, you can't be serious. Hey. And yet this calling card clearly mentions that paint pattern. Which means Mr. Batman has seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when his fake photo was taken. And because this photo's fake, hold on. Your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Is that Andrews from Justice for All, right? Yeah, that's her. The same Adrian Andrews in the last episode of Justice for All. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Oh boy. Huh. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday we all decided unanimously that this man was Master Math. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think you don't think we're being a tad fickle. That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Academy was the one who killed Payne Bullock. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Nani? Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you mean marry murderous motive, Minister? Nick, he's getting his second win. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Rhonda Light, as you say, he must have a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Rhonda Light. Is that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Nelson, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old Timer. We're doing everything we can to make Moran look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Alright, here we go. Hi, Luke Academy had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullock decided to investigate Master Math and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullock who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Rhonda Light. And it was again Mr. Bullock who harbored a grudge against Mr. Light for his betrayal. Mr. Bullock's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master Math. That is why Mr. Light saw it fit to kill Kane Bullock. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullock, blackmailed the defendant? This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. Okay. Now, gosh, freaking notifications. A handwriting test confirmed that Mr. Boy wasn't the one who wrote the letter. What? Blackmail letter updated in the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Let me go quickly check the, Let me go quickly and check the blackmail letter. If you don't want your true identity revealed, go to security clearly. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Who got me a no to point contact with the victim whatsoever? He was like the best place to know who he was. How? Mistook? That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. Well, that wasn't what I meant. But who did the victim mistake Master to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron the Light, of course. Boy, I like to wipe that smug look. Smug look off this guy's face. Press harder. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Master Mask? Don't you already know that? Zavare! Take a look at the newspaper. Oh, that's a famous Terror of Eminent magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows how an ugly god, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread his article. Zavare! He got the wrong impression. I think it's Zavare. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Mask. I see. That wasn't an unusual reasonable deduction. You tell me. And Mr. Fuller who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron the Light. Hold on. But updated, but it says if you don't, I'll take that red diamond. Isn't that basically talking to you? Didn't you receive this blackmail letter and not Ron? Somehow Ron got it though. I don't know exactly how, but it says red diamond, and he did mention that he wears a red diamond on that little ring of his. On his left hand, I believe, actually. Yeah. So, sir, I believe this red diamond is not referring to Ron the Light, so I must say, objection! Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron the Light, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off something to say like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show the contradiction evidence and the contents of the blackmail. Oh, geez, man. Hold on, guys. Okay, show us the contradiction evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. So it said red diamond, but hold on. What can I exactly prove? Oh, wait a minute. The Terror of Eminem. If it was a blackmail Ron, then maybe this one would be asking for it, but this one's like a lapis. Like a blue gem. And it's not a red diamond, so maybe this one? Take that. Take a good look at the newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Terror of Eminem, the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Terror of Eminem that Master Matt stole at all. Objection! And your point is, Mr. Wright? So you were trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? This is what you're trying to say, right, Wright? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Really, guys? Yes. This is who Kate Buller was actually blackmailing. It was none other than Mr. Look at Me. Naturally, it was you, Detective Amy. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single match-to-match case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen, and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably that one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that King Buller wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Ah! Objection. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Wright. Uh-oh, I don't like the way he said that. Kane Buller blackmailing Look at Me? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Yeah, come on, ask him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage, and we don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. King Buller threatened to make Look at Me's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Let me kill King Buller because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Look at Me wanted to desperately keep secret was the identity as an asexual a blackmailer. Maybe he sent this letter to Ron to blackmail him. That's why Ron has it, and he doesn't know, because if I remember, because the freaking letter does not, because the freaking letter does not address to anyone, so anyone can literally be blackmailed at this rate, and it's possible that he blackmailed Ron. So yeah, he's a blackmailer. Look at me. He was a blackmailer. Nani? Objection! Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kate Buller was the one who blackmailing Look at Me. Are you saying that Amy was blackmailing someone else on the top of that? You have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Kate Buller was blackmailing Look at Me. But Ron the Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone else. Or a certain someone. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Terror of Eminem heist. Yeah, I cannot speak too well today. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans for some very kind of person, incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron the Light was actually Master Mash. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plan and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone will not even look at me. Shh, silence. Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusion. Am I wrong? How did you... You said that I, Luke Amy, would blackmailing Ron the Light. In which case I would naturally know all about the relation... Well, yes. Ron the Light thought of receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Okay. Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime. Just a reminder to my friends watching, you gotta want to join me on this one, like in a call or anything like that, you're free to ask me. This is during the stream. If you're watching this video, then there's no point. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Amy know that Ron Light was the mask? Kane's list is a possibility. But Luke Amy... Wait, he was a part of this. So I think it might be the newspaper clipping again. Hold on, what's more? No note of paint stains. Positive record. I know, so they said either Kane's list or the newspaper clipping, but I'll start with the newspaper clipping. Take that! I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Get into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It had a picture of you and Ron the Light in his guard uniform. It seems that Master Matt didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in the bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figure it out, Mr. Amy. That's when you learn that under his mask, Matt the Math was really Ron the Light. Not only that, it looks like he can't believe it. He was a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself on as an ace detective. Hey, up. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Matt the Math. Why can't you understand that? Oh, don't give me that look. I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? How dare you even dare imply that another victim? I could... Okay, I cannot read this. Dude. It's enough to make me laugh. What? I don't even know what to say. To make one laugh, I think he said. It was see when you finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Hampy. Tell me, Maya. You can tell me about it, Maya. Better please prepare yourself for Mr. Hampy. Objection! Well, what now? The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. Nani? You don't get much more in your face than that. It appeared that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Wright. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't Lordly Taylor to deny the murder. That's right, that's why he's the one who killed Mr. Butt. There's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man with a KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round. I gotta prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that. I've got to prove, yeah, on that night. But can you really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Wright. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security and the defense. Can prove it, can't prove it. What? I don't have any proof. How do I? Sure, if his fingerprints were on the buzzer, because we know that the killer pushed it, then his fingerprints would be there. But he also wore gloves, so it's only still a possibility that Luke Atme is at. So this is only still leaves to possibility. It's not 100% sure that Luke Atme was at the CEO office. I don't know how to prove it. I literally can't. Can't list? What's in here? Damn it. I don't think I have proof. I don't have it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more Detective Atme's testimony... Objection! Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony, that's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atme here is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. And face his guilty verdict as math to math. No. Well now, sir lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective, as well as master math. My verdict will verify that. Just as Northern Light will verify that he is a true murderer, I declare that with full force of my ace detectiveness. It's not good. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence, and by then it'll be too late. Huh? Why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should the defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. That is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty of mask to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Keen Bull is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here, it means that he will never again be tried as Keen Bull's murderer. Wow! Now there's nothing he can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free. If you have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today, and as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Oh, that was awkward. Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme.
Objection!
Oh wait, was that Mia? Objection? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Yeah, that's gotta be Mia. No one would say that besides her. That voice. No way. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia. This is the true power of the crying channeling technique. I know that it's real because I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me. Right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well, now, Sir Lawyer, see that it lived... I and the Ace Detective as well as Master Mask, my verdict will verify that. Just as Ron the Lights will verify that he is a true murderer. I declare that with full force of my Ace Detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nani? Ah, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehood will do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness had made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. I think we're almost done. Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, Mr. Luke at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Okay, the last testimony. Indeed, it is true that I will not at Lord Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. If I hadn't known about the day beforehand, I had this photograph readied indeed. My brilliant deduction was what informed that the true culprit was Ron the Light. Thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded. Mr. Polite was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And that blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. The fire! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. That is a long testimony, jeez. This testimony actually seemed to hold up pretty well. Hey, the witness' earlier remarks did not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? Really, Godot? I will not allow any of your unusual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec. Just one chance? Aw, crap. Ha! It seems that the party is about to begin. Well, Phoenix? There isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix. When you have contradiction, doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17. The last cup. Okay, that means I think we are almost done. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in the testimony, and I need to point out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find a contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Okay, I gotta be careful on which one I press, otherwise I lose. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Begin your final cross-examination. Oh no. Indeed, it is true that I was not a Lordly Tailor. I had to see about another very put-off request, okay? I had known about the day beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction would inform me that the true culprit was Rhonda Light. I take the keycard wallet, and it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Light was wearing his Master Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmailer letter. The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Sorry, therefore all the evidence points to the poor boy. Hold on. Wait, no, wait a minute. I just had a clear thought. Mr. Delight said he mentioned Ron Delight said he mentioned that he wore Master Mask outfit, but the only time he mentioned it was during the trial when he was in the stand, and Luke Atme was at the other courtroom. Like Prosecutor Godot didn't know about it, so that means the police didn't know about that either. He was wearing the mask costume, so how did Luke Atme know about that? How did he know that he was wearing Master Mask outfit? This was only mentioned once, and this was only mentioned once. It was during the trial, and not even Phoenix knew about that. Not even the police and Prosecutor Godot knew about that. Not even the judge either. So how the heck does Atme know about it? This might be a mistake, but I'm gonna press it here. Hold it! Mr. Atme, about this last remark.
Objection!
Objection. Oh no, did I get it wrong? You still don't get it, do you, Wright? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. Oh, I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What the? Ignore that sound, guys. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not find any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed. That's what I... Oh, I know what's going on. Just trash. Trash company, okay? Just ignore that, guys. Indeed, that's what I said. My deduction is absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Yeah. Well, I did not read that. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way that you should have known about that. Hold on, guys. Okay. You were in the courtroom You were in the next courtroom being tried as Master Mask. So then, enlighten us just how did you know about that piece of information? Well, objection. Come on, the detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. Objection! And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. Objection! But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer would look at me. Objection! It's with that statement that I'll turn this case around. Or turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Light saw the real killer, right? Or correct? Now if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the killer had also seen Ron Light. Impossible. There he is. Detective Atme, you saw Master Max at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Buller and assaulted Ron Light. This was the only way you could have known that what Ron was wearing. What? Is there an earthquake? Uh-oh. Oh god, no. Oh, okay. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Hold on. Okay. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Buller was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Light. Oh, fuck. Upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Light. He then claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan, to use the double jeopardy rule in making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me? I came personally close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me. Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict? I know, you never committed any murder. That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Master Mask. Huh? So, thanks to the trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was found not innocent. Or innocent. Not innocent, what? Then Master Mask is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now? Well then, this court finds the defendant not guilty. Yeah! Oh man, that last testimony kind of gave me a little stress because I had to think, because I had to like think really hard. It took a little while. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, Ryan, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. Well, at least you're not guilty. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korine Channeling School? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia. Ah, Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Light. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though. Now that all this has happened. Come on, just be happy already. Maya. Even cleared out the murder charges and got off as Master to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Excuse me? Huh? What do you mean? Keep security information from KB Security become a math and math. I actually... I did it all for one reason, for her. The music in the background, I actually really like this music. It's really catchy. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and I lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why I became Math to Math. Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to things the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Excuse me, what? I just like listening to this music, it's just really catchy. Oh, is it the Sacred Urn? Or wait, it might be the urn. Even if it was broken, there's always a way to put it back together. The urn, I'm pretty sure. Here, take that! The Sacred Urn? Daddy was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you tell me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Math and Math either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do new now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Hmm? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. Ronnie wouldn't declare his crime before he committed them like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, congratulations. Oh my god. 1. What a bad timing. 2. Pearl, I thought you were back at Corrine Village doing your training. At least that's what Maya told me. And apparently you come in at the worst time possible. Talk about bad timing. Yep. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya? No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ever. Ow. Jeez, Pearl, did you have to go that far? So just as the case came to close, so too did my conscience. Jeez, Pearl! Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Oh. Here's a perfect example of one that will be put back together even better than before. I'll take a screenshot. It's sweet. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout, the end. Alright, that was the end. Okay, good. What's next? What the heck, Maya? What the heck are you? A brand new episode of Recipe for Turnabout. Food, I guess? Restaurant? Alright, I'm gonna save it. Investigation, yeah, recipe. Okay, I need to quit out of here. Alright, well, that's gonna be the end of it. What the? That's enough. There's clearly no reason to further prolong the trial. Well, wait. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. The evidence and testimony we have seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at his table when he drank from the pot. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw. What? What is going on? Is this the next episode? What the? I saw someone else there. A man. He is a real killer. What? That's spiky hair. Is that Phoenix? That's spiky hair. What? Why won't anyone believe me? What's going on? Well, I say that pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright? Wait, what? This court finds the defendant guilty? What? I don't even know what's going on. I didn't even play the game. This is just the beginning. This court is oh. What? What? I was trying to... What? What? Start off a new year. Start off a new year. Okay, you know what? Screw you, Maya. I'm out of here. What just happened? That's supposed to be the next episode? What, did you retire from a lawyer and then now you're working at a restaurant? Is that why Maya was dressed up like that? I didn't intentionally start the new episode, but the new episode had to start with a guilty verdict that Phoenix was a part of it. And apparently there's a spiky haired man who put in like stuff in the coffee. What? Who's the defendant? I'm so confused, but this will be saved for another episode. This will be saved for another part. I don't know when I'll do it, but I will eventually get to the next episode. Recipe for Turnabout. Episode 3. Okay, so we got 3 more episodes to go before the end of the game. And then we'll be heading on to the last 3 games. Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know what is going to go on with episode 3. In other words, Recipe for Turnabout. This seems to be something that's... something, I guess. I don't know. I'm just confused, but we'll see what happens next time. I'll most likely stream again tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have people with me this time. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And yeah, most likely tomorrow I'll do another part. But yeah. Alright, anyways. Peace out, guys. See you in the next stream.